In this video, we are going to look at a simple way to improve our emotional and psychological well-being. It's called grounding, and it involves connecting with the earth in a meaningful way. Grounding can help us feel more connected to ourselves and to the world around us. It can also reduce stress and anxiety while promoting a sense of calmness and peace. So how do we get started? Here are a few tips. Find a spot outside where you can sit and stand barefoot. Spend at least 10 minutes focusing on your breath and allowing yourself to become fully present in the moment. Connect with the earth by feeling its energy flowing through your body. Notice the sensations you experience both physically and emotionally. If you enjoy our content, please consider leaving a comment, a like, and subscribing with notifications on to get quick access to all of our latest content. And now back to grounding. According to recent studies, grounding, or getting in touch with the earth through sensory experiences, can be an effective way to help people struggling with emotional and psychological issues. Researchers believe that grounding helps relieve stress and anxiety by promoting a sense of calm and connection. While further studies are needed, it may be worth trying grounding if we are struggling with issues such as depression, anxiety, or trauma. There are many ways to get grounded, so find one that works for you and give it a try. Grounding can be done anywhere, and it's easy to learn. So if you're struggling and confused and not quite sure what the next step should be, consider giving grounding a try. What is grounding? Grounding is a practice that involves spending time in nature. It brings many of the benefits of other nature-based therapies, such as increased self-esteem and independence, reduced stress, improved mood, better cognitive performance, and enhanced coping skills. Grounding even has beneficial effects on the immune system. There are two main reasons that I recommend grounding and staying grounded every day. Reason number one is that it decreases the inflammation in our bodies, which allows us to breathe better, and that in turn makes us feel better. The second reason is that having a good connection to the earth's surface enhances psychological mind-body state. Many people are familiar with the concept of earthing or grounding. This is the practice of walking barefoot outside to connect ourselves electrically to the earth via conduction in order to absorb free electrons directly from the earth. That sounds complicated. Never mind all that. The idea is that this provides a protective effect against electromagnetic fields, or EMFs, emitted from our electronics and the wires supplying them. In other words, it's good. What are the benefits of grounding? Grounding offers a variety of benefits. It can boost our energy levels, help us recover from chronic pain, reduce stress, improve cognitive performance, strengthen our immune system, and increase our self-esteem. These effects may be caused by the beneficial changes in neurochemicals that grounding produces in the brain. How can grounding be so beneficial? One of the main ways grounding works is by reducing inflammation and stress. Grounding has been shown to lower cortisol levels, a hormone that correlates with feelings of stress and anxiety. In fact, one study found that just 30 minutes in a grassy area was enough to reduce cortisol levels for about 2 hours. Grounding also helps us cope with stress by increasing our ability to pay attention. This is because grounding increases blood flow to the areas of the brain involved in controlling our attention, like the prefrontal cortex. Since attention problems are often associated with anxiety and other mental disorders, this suggests that grounding may be useful for treating these conditions. How to ground ourselves using simple techniques. Grounding ourselves is one of the simplest things we can do to improve our emotional and psychological health. It helps us connect with the present moment and stay centered in our bodies. When we are grounded, we're less likely to be overwhelmed by negative emotions and thoughts. Here are 3 simple techniques we can use to ground ourselves: mindfulness, visualization, and movement. Try out these techniques and see which one works best for you. With a little practice, grounding will become second nature and you'll be able to rely on it whenever you need it. Mindfulness. Grounding oneself is a vital part of managing one's emotions and mental state. It can be especially helpful for people who struggle with emotional and psychological problems. There are many ways to ground ourselves, but mindfulness is one of the most effective techniques. Mindfulness involves focusing on the present moment, paying attention to our thoughts and feelings without judgment. It can help us to get in touch with our inner self and calmly deal with challenging situations. Many people today have stressed out and anxiety-filled lives. We may feel like we are constantly on the edge and that we can't seem to shake that feeling. Maybe we have trouble sleeping or eating healthy. If this sounds familiar, then mindfulness may be a good solution for you. Mindfulness is a way of being present in the moment and focusing on your thoughts and feelings. It can help us ground ourselves and find peace in a chaotic life. Visualization. When we feel like we're struggling emotionally or psychologically, it can be helpful to visualize ourselves grounding ourselves. This simply means picturing a physical connection between us and the earth, which helps to center and calm us. It can be as simple as envisioning a strong cord of light coming down from the sky through our bodies, straight through to the core of the planet. We can also imagine ourselves standing on a hill or in a beautiful natural setting, with the surrounding environment helping to soothe and ground us. By taking a few minutes to ground ourselves in this way, we may find that we feel a lot more centered and stable. Grounding ourselves is an essential part of managing our emotions and psychological state. It can be difficult to stay grounded when we're feeling overwhelmed, anxious, or stressed out. However, grounding techniques can help us manage our feelings and stay centered. Movement. Movement is a powerful way to ground ourselves and connect with our bodies. It can help us to focus on the present moment and to connect with our physical sensations and emotions. For these reasons, embodied meditations that use movement are particularly helpful for people who have difficulty grounding. It can also be a nice change of pace from more traditional seated meditation practices. Yoga, Pilates, and calisthenics are good examples of this. Personally, I dance salsa and bachata, which has really helped me to ground myself and place me back inside my body. The importance of grounding in today's world. It's no secret that we live in a fast-paced, hectic world. From the moment we wake up until the second we go to bed, it seems like we are always on the go. And while there are certain benefits to living a busy lifestyle, there's also a downside. It can be easy to become disconnected from our emotions and our surroundings. When we let go of grounding, it's all too easy to become stressed, anxious, and overwhelmed. When we feel like there aren't enough hours in the day to complete everything that needs to be done. Not only does this create an unhealthy lifestyle where we lack balance, but it also means we're missing out on the entire experience. After all, happiness is a choice, and it all starts with feeling present in the moment. That's why grounding is so important. Grounding is all about becoming aware of our thoughts and feelings within us, without judgment. But here's the thing, while it may seem simple, grounding is actually incredibly difficult to achieve. In fact, some researchers believe that our brains are literally hardwired against staying present in the moment, and there's even an actual term for this, psychic entropy. Psychic entropy is a condition in which our thoughts cannot flow and we are unable to think clearly. It's similar to being in a merry-go-round where we're thinking the same thing over and over. Psychic entropy is the inability to handle complex ideas without being overwhelmed and not knowing how to resolve or come to a conclusion about a concept or problem. If this sounds familiar, then grounding is definitely the first thing you should do. If you've tried to be grounded in the past only to have your mind wander off over and over again, trust me, you're not alone. The fact is, grounding requires a mental sweatshop's worth of concentration and perseverance. In other words, grounding takes effort, but the potential payoff is huge. And if we were to take a big picture view, the fact is, most things worth doing require some effort. It's normal to feel overwhelmed during tough times. However, it's important to stay grounded if we want to get through these challenges. Here are some tips for staying grounded. Make a list of things that make you happy and do them regularly. Stay connected with your loved ones. Connect to nature. Practice self-care. Spend time in prayer or meditation. Find an outlet for your emotions, like writing, painting, or dancing. Live in the present moment as much as possible. In conclusion, grounding oneself may be challenging, but it's worth doing to live in the present moment. Bringing ourselves back into our bodies and feeling grounded after a long day can help us come home emotionally as well as physically. And we deserve this time for self-care. If you like our content, leave a comment in the description down below and tell us what is your favorite grounding technique. Hit the like button and subscribe with notifications on to get quick access to all of our latest videos.